How would you feel if your dad, who you were told was safe, returned home in a body bag? Over the weekend, the skeletal remains of a man in his 60s were discovered on Jeju Island, 51 days after his family reported him missing. But what makes this case even more shocking is that the missing person case had already been closed, even though he had never been found. The man's family had reported him missing to the police on July 2nd. However, an officer in charge allegedly told the family that he had been found safe and closed the case that same day. The officer reportedly claimed that the man's whereabouts could not be disclosed because he didn't want his location revealed. The man's case was also removed from the police profiling system for missing persons. Then, after the family filed a new missing person report recently, his skeletal remains were discovered just one day later. The bereaved family demanded a full investigation, saying there was enough time to save my dad. They also claimed that the officer closed the case by falsely telling them that their father was safe and failed to take action even when they later asked for help again. But this may not have been an isolated incident. Investigators recently discovered that the same officer had also falsely closed another long-term missing person case involving a woman in her 30s, Chang Mi-ran. Chang disappeared after leaving her home in Jeju on the night of May 12th. Her whereabouts have remained unknown for more than 3 months. But the same officer reportedly told both his superiors and Chang's family, "I made contact with Chang and she's safe. She doesn't want her location to be disclosed." The case was closed again, but in the morning of August 24th, Jeju police discovered a dead body, believed to be that of Chang, during a joint search. The officer who was in charge of both cases has since been removed from his position and is currently under investigation. Over the past 3 years and 7 months, around 2,900 adult missing person reports were filed in Jeju, more than double the number involving children. The whereabouts of 15 adults are still unknown. Now, in response to these recent cases, the Korean National Police Agency announced that it will reform its missing person profiling system so that individual officers can no longer close missing person cases independently. Final closure will now require approval from a supervisor, such as team leader or department head.